Hey everyone, welcome to the Moxi Roller Skates YouTube channel. My name is Shove, and today we're gonna go over 5 tips that can help you as a fat roller skater, and probably help you too, to be honest. We're gonna do some myth busting, some commonly asked questions I get. Am I too fat to skate? Can I do this? Should I quit? No, you shouldn't. Stay tuned. We're gonna go over some of the top 5 things I get asked and we hear out there that fat skaters can't do, and also just people that aren't flexible or just out of shape. Now let's hold up. I am not by any means saying that a fat skater is a not flexible skater, that a fat skater is an out of shape skater, or just people in general. Roller skating in general is a full body workout that we often forget. Roller skating is so fun, it's so carefree, it's just like you're floating, and we forget that skating hurts, that skating wakes up these muscles that we have never used or haven't used in a really long time. Especially because I've noticed a lot of skaters join roller skating later on in life, and maybe we've just been working remotely at home during the pandemic, or just not doing a lot of things where we're moving around a lot. And then we strap these wheels to our feet and we get going, and we realize it's hard, and we realize that our bodies are sore, or we realize when we fall, it's hard to get back up. And especially for us fat people, we get taught our whole lives that we can't do things. We get told that we can't be ballerinas. We get told that we can't be leading actors or actresses in film. We get told that we can't roller skate. We get told we can't wear crop tops or short shorts. We get so many things that we're told that as fat people we cannot do. There's another thing that also makes a lot of fat people think that they can't roller skate, and it's that a lot of companies, a lot of skate companies and companies in general, are not very size inclusive. So we don't see too many people that look like us wearing roller skates or promoting any roller skate gear. We don't see too many videos out there. Representation's important. I myself created a hashtag #FatSkateLove to try to help other fat skaters find each other. So if you're a fat skater or a fat skater to be, please use and follow the hashtag for inspiration to see that you can do it. I know Moxi struggled with fat representation for many years, and I was really honored back when there was a skate team and I was added onto it. Being the size I am, it was something that I didn't think really I had a place for. And it was really a great honor to be a part of that skate team when it was a thing, and to be associated with Moxi now. I feel like the more I put myself out in the world and let people see that my fat body can move in skates and jump and do things on ramps and just have fun on all 8 wheels, the more I can inspire other people. Because maybe if I would have had the representation that I'm trying to provide the world with now, I would have found roller skating sooner, because I would have known that it would be possible. So I think it's really important for companies and media to really put large bodies out there that are doing active things so that we know it is possible. And I'm here to say that we can do all those things, and that we also can roller skate. Fat people can. So this video is specifically me really reaching out to fat people and fat roller skaters that really want to experience this joy, and they're realizing there's some hiccups. I know a lot of people found me by Googling, can fat people roller skate? Am I too fat to skate? And then I pop up and they're like, yes. So here I am, the self-proclaimed patron saint of fat skaters, to tell you that you can. And let's go over some of these common things and give you a few tips of how to work with our larger bodies and do this. And if you aren't fat, it's okay, watch this, because I think you should know what it's like to navigate in a larger body. I also think that maybe you're not fat, but maybe you struggle and you need modifications as well. So maybe you can learn something from this, because even if you're not a fat person, you should be a fat ally. Actually, I feel like I should address something. There is an elephant in the room. And no, that is not a fat joke. The elephant in the room is the word fat. Some people, whether they are not in a fat body, find the word fat very abrasive, cruel, a taboo word. Some people in fat bodies hate the word fat. It makes them want to just curl up, and the word fat has so much pain to it that it would be foolish not to address it when I love to use the word fat. Heck, I'm wearing the word fat on my shirt. I believe that the word fat should be used just like the word skinny. It's just a descriptor. There's just been so much pain put to the word fat that it's really hard to hear. There's a lot of pain from being bullied and being taught in the diet industry that it's just something to be hurtful. And I just feel like my job is to normalize it. The more we normalize the word fat, the more it just becomes another word. Like, I should be able to say, like, have you seen my friend? She's skinny, yada, yada, yada. I should be able to say, have you seen my friend? She's fat, yada, 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 without someone being offended. So I implore you to not be offended by the use of the word fat here. I am Shove, aka Fat Girl Has Moxie. Fat is okay. So I would love for you to put in the comments how you feel about the word fat. When you hear the word fat, how does it feel to you? Is it empowering? Is it hurtful? Do you think it's harmful? We all are in a different place, mentally, emotionally, just through our lives, to where the word fat is gonna mean something different to us all. I would love to hear how it makes you feel. All right, let's jump into the 5 tips. All right, the first one. I get so many freaking messages about where do you find knee pads? Not just knee pads, like the plates, the wheels, not just in general, but like when you're a fat skater, I heard you need this certain type of wheel. I heard you can't use a nylon plate. I heard that you can't find gear for fat bodies. These are all myths. There are limited types of safety gear out there for larger bodies. So this one isn't really a solid myth. It's just really hard to find. A lot of times if you want safety gear, you have to get custom. If you want something over an extra large, there are some 2XLs floating around. Some of them can stretch a little bit, but if you're over 2X, I have not seen it exist outside of a custom. So that is something, like I mentioned, in the skate industry that needs to change. I know of 187 and 187 with Moxi, the thick set that is on my measurements. But other than that, I have never been able to find a knee pad that fits me. But if you know of any, also, can you please comment that below? Because I think it would be really awesome if we can help get some larger skaters into some safety gear so they feel confident when they're skating and when they fall. The other one is plates. I hear this all the time. Well, the Moxi Lolly comes with a nylon plate and I'm over 300 pounds. There's no way I could skate in that. Like, I'll just break it. No, you won't. You won't. Okay. There's such a huge misconception about plates out there. I've been skating for almost 4 years and I love my lollies. I have jacks that do have metal plates on them, and I save those for my park setup. And then one I do cruise on, but I love my lollies with nylon plates and I skate in them all the time and I've never had one break on me. You wanna know why? Because yes, I'm over 350 pounds, but I don't aggressive skate in my regular lollies. I'm not like, yeah, I'll jump a curb or two, but I'm not slamming down on them and doing all this crazy aggressive type of skating. And that's what like people need to really focus on when it comes to what kind of plate. It's not about how much weight the plate can hold. When it comes with Moxi lollies, anyways, there are some skate brands out there that do have weight limits, and I implore you to make sure you check that. trust, if you're in a fat body, I bet you already are someone that looks for weight limits. This is something that thin privilege, they don't have to wonder. They don't have to ever wonder what a weight limit is on a skate. I bet many of you watching this right now that aren't in a larger body have never thought about what the weight limit is on a roller skate. But this is something that does exist. Some brands only go up to 250 pounds. That's not much. When I look at a lot of skaters out there, like in the derby community or other skaters, I'm like, they're heavier. There's a lot of fat skaters out there. So do feel confident that when you are buying a reinforced nylon plate that I know like the Lolly has, you're not going to break it until you get more to an aggressive style of skating. There have been skaters out there that are like 100 and something pounds that have snapped nylon plates, but that's because they are like these super gnarly aggressive skaters. It's about how hard you are on your skates, to be honest. So don't worry about having to spend extra money just because you're fat and you're afraid of breaking the plate. You'll be fine depending on what kind of skating you want to do. With that being said, I'm not saying the plate could never break on you, because we all know things happen, but it's not necessarily, the chances are it's not because of your weight. The other one is wheels. When it comes to wheels and you're a heavier skater, it's all about like, yes, you're putting more pressure down on the wheel, right? Because you're heavier, you're pressing harder. So with that being said, I prefer, well, what I've noticed from personal experience anyways, is if it's a hubless wheel, it's almost too much pressure on the bearing, and I feel like it's a little harder to roll versus wheels that have a hub, and I haven't had an issue. But I've never had any wheels that I've noticed was like a real struggle to roll in, except for the stock Beach Bunny wheel. That one, the style of the wheel, I don't know if it's because it's small and also like doesn't have the hub. That one didn't roll as easily for me with my weight. And I've heard other fat skaters have an issue with that wheel too. So if you do get the Beach Bunnies, I would recommend an upgrade on that wheel. With that being said, you'll also notice that when you have a wheel that's like a hybrid and you're a heavier skater, when you're rolling over something that a lighter skater you'll see kind of glide over, you have more pressure with your weight going down. So it might be a little harder for you to roll over some surfaces. So you have to put more force. So this is something that like, yeah, it might be a little harder to do, but we can do it. And we're going to be stronger for it because we got to push through harder. So don't let it stop you. You might look at your friend that's skinnier, that's skating, and see things come a little more easy to them. That's okay. That's their own personal journey. We're talking about your journey. We're talking about getting your body moving in skates and feeling confident. So when it comes to gear, yes, there's a couple more hoops we got to jump through to find it. There's some misinformation out there. And yeah, we might have to push a little harder than lighter bodies, but we got it. Tip number 2, lacing up your skates. This is something that like, it can be hard and it can feel embarrassing, right? Like we got big guts and we're sitting there and we're trying to bend over and we're trying to lace up our skates. And we're like, okay, I'm already tired and I haven't even stood up yet. And I think this is something that we don't really want to address because we find it embarrassing because we're like, oh my gosh, like I'm already the fat person. I already feel like everyone's looking at me. And now I'm struggling to put the dang skates on. Don't be embarrassed, but at the same time, it's okay. Like I get it. I've been there. I had someone message me the other day and they were like, I'm having trouble like lacing my skates. Like, could you do a video on it or something like that? And I asked them like, well, do you have trouble with your shoes? And they said every once in a while. And I guess they had their partner helping them lace their skates for them. So they would like sit on stairs and then their partner would do it for them. And I recommended that you could lay on the ground and then tuck your foot under you and then do it because it's a little easier. And they messaged me the next day and they said that it worked and I was super happy. And that's just like a modification. There's modifications in everything. Like if we're not flexible or our bodies are bigger, so things do get in the way. Just like in yoga, there's modifications with blocks and yoga straps. Like you just gotta position your body in different ways. So it could be, sometimes I swear it's easier for me to just stand and like fully bend over and tie my laces rather, which is crazy, rather than like sitting down and doing it, because then I gotta pull my leg up and then like one leg's more flexible than the other leg that has injuries. It's a whole thing. But this is again something that like smaller bodies never have to think about. Or people that are super flexible don't have to think about. Like, yeah, like maybe I can't reach my toes, okay, so it's gonna be hard to lace my skates up, obvi. And like same thing with getting them off. And I know it's like some of those things like we're afraid to ask for help for. We're just like, we'll just work around it and deal with it. But we're like, can someone like give me a helpful hint? So like here's the tip. If you needed to sit straight up on the ground, do it. Maybe try standing, then bending over, do it. Sometimes sitting down, our fupas, our guts are a little too big sometimes, and bending over that way is uncomfortable. So you just gotta maneuver around it, whether it's pulling one leg up and doing it, or standing up, or sitting all the way flat on the ground and tucking your foot towards you. All of these things are valid. No one's gonna look at you and be like, why is she on the ground putting her skates on? Or why are they on the ground putting their skates on? It's okay. There's like modifications for everything. Just do it. And the more you do it, you'll feel confident, because guess what? You got to do it by yourself and you accomplished it. So I know tip number 2, people are like, what? Why is this a thing? But trust me, a lot of us struggle with it. So I'm here to be like, yo, I got you. Tip number 3. All right, so this goes after tip number 2 because I recommended getting on the ground. And I bet when I said that, some of you were like, so you want me to purposely get straight up on the ground? And then you're like, how am I supposed to get up after that, huh? Tell me that, Shove. How do I get up off the ground after you made me just get down there on purpose, when my whole goal is not to fall and get on the ground, because I can't get up off the ground? So tip number 3 is how to get up. Whether you're there on purpose from putting your skates on or just taking a break, or, you know, you fall, because it happens, and you're like, how do I get up now? Sometimes it can be easy because you can scoot on over to like a wall or a chair, or there's something that will like pull you up. Other times you're in the middle of an open space and it's just you with your wheelie shoes on, trying to get up, and your wheels just keep moving and you can't get up and you're getting tired and you're like, this is great. Maybe you ask a friend for help. Now you pulled them down. Now you both can't get up. I don't know. There's things that happen. This is another question I get asked pretty often, and people are like, can you just please record yourself getting up? Because I don't get it. So I will show you a couple of ways, whether you're using things around you to get up or you're just like, I'm in an open space and how do I do this? So we'll go over that. So you could either scoot on your knees to like a wall or a chair or a table, something around, and then you can put your weight on that and lift yourself up. If you're in an open space, you can do what they made us do in Derby, which like sometimes I just can't figure it out. They don't want you to use your hands on the ground. So you put your weight down on your knee and then you push upward with your toe stop down in the back. And the other one is you just kind of like flip around with your legs, touch the ground, and just pop yourself up. Don't worry, falling happens. In roller skating, you're gonna fall no matter what, right? It's not a matter of if you'll fall, it's when you'll fall. So when you do, don't be embarrassed. I know sometimes as a fat skater, it feels even more embarrassing because we're just like, oh gosh, people are already staring at me. And we always have that joke of like, that we hear like, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And okay, so that might be true, right? Like, okay, I'm bigger, it's more weight slamming down, I get it. But guess what? We got more cushion. we're not necessarily gonna bounce up like a rubber ball, but at least we got some more cushion for that fall, right? So don't worry, you're gonna fall, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna be like, am I okay? Assess the situation, and then you're just gonna get up. And if it takes you longer than your skinny friend, it's okay. Don't panic and be like, oh no, I can't do this, because that happens. It happened to me when I was new. Just be like, okay, what did Shove say in that video? Like, how did she say to get up? Also, you can practice this like before you're even out and about. Just put your skates on. You can practice it in the grass, you can practice it on carpet, so that way if you're worried about slipping all over the place, you can build that muscle memory. At the end of the day, I think it is muscle memory, because I was like really good at popping myself up really fast from a fall when I was in Derby and when I was skating in the streets like every day. In the last year, due to the pandemic, I wasn't really skating in places too often. I wasn't going to the skate park a lot, and like even my ramp, like it was here and there, but it was just like, hello, pandemic, a little depressed. But anyways, the less you skate, the less you fall. So the less you fall, the less I had to force myself up. So I kind of lost that muscle memory. So me doing this video right now, you're gonna see that I move really slow to get up and that I might struggle, and that's okay. So just really work on that muscle memory of falling. Just practice it here and there. If you fall a lot, you'll just get good at it naturally, right? There's always a plus size to everything, I guess. Tip number 4, crossovers. Honestly, I suck at crossovers. I was getting a little bit good at them in roller derby, and then I stopped, and then I was like, why would I do a crossover ever again? I think they look cool. They can help you go in a circle really fast. But a lot of people will say, my thighs are too big. I can't do a crossover because I have big thighs. Wrong! You can definitely do a crossover. Yes, you have thicker thighs, and yes, we're putting bulky knee pads on, and we still are like, can I put one leg over the other and do a crossover? Yes, you can. It's all about being comfortable on that one foot and then stepping over and out and leaning your body, and you'll do it. So that is just another myth that fat people, skaters with large thighs, cannot do a crossover. You can. There are so many fat roller derby players out there that have super deep, amazing crossovers, and it's amazing. So you can do it. Crossover is just hard, period. So I think it's one of those things that we're just like, oh, I can't do it because my knee pads are in the way, or oh, I can't do it because my thighs are just too big. And it's not that. It's just like crossovers are hard, and sometimes it takes a while to like grasp something. So we're like looking for excuses of why we can't do it and blame that, because it's easier to blame the excuse for why you can't do something than embracing that you're just struggling with learning it and being able to do it. So crossovers just take time, and yes, we have larger thighs, so maybe we got to go a little deeper and step a little bit more into it. And I know it sucks to be like, I have to work a little harder to do things that might be easier with someone in a smaller body, but it can be done. You just got to really believe in yourself, and you got to be persistent, and you got to keep at it. Remember, that's something you really want to do, so stick with it. Tip number 4. Can fat people jump? Can they? Can fat people jump? Can fat people jump? Yes! Fat people can jump! I think, like, for me, I just never really, I never really thought about it. I remember, like, being afraid in the beginning, like, you want me to jump with, like, these skates on? Like, I'm gonna jump and my feet are gonna end up above my head. Like, that doesn't make sense. So I was more worried about, like, the falling and the fact of leaving, like, the ground than like thinking like, oh, I'm too fat to like really get air. Until later when I started thinking about it, like being like, I haven't seen like fat people at the skate park getting like super great airs, but like now I have, but at the time I didn't. So whether you're a park skater or a street skater or derby, like if you're fat, you can jump. Your body muscles just need to get there. You're like a rocket launching into the air. So it's all about just bending your knees really low, staggering your feet, and launching yourself upward and tucking your knees in. And you can jump over things and you can jump distances, and it's going to be amazing. And I think we're just like, well, we're fat and gravity. Like gravity is a thing. And yes, gravity is a thing. And yes, we're not going to just be able to like jump all over the place and like fly as easily as our lighter counterpart, right? But you can still jump. You can still do it. It's all about muscle. It's all about strength. It's all about like being one with your body and really like, again, muscle memory. Are you using those muscles to really launch you up into the air? And are you being flexible enough to tuck your knees up and like keeping your eyes on the prize and distances, and like all about from like jumping over small things and then making it progressively bigger? But yes, fat people can jump. So those are our 5 tips for fat skaters and fat skaters to be, or even people that are just like, I don't know, I might need some modifications, or there's something going on. I'm just feeling like I can't do this for whatever reason. I hope this helped you too. You know what? I should give you one more tip. Let's just do a bonus tip. Y'all actually hung out this long. Let's do a bonus tip. Tip number 6, skating hurts. Skating hurts at no matter what size you are. Skating hurts if you're a size 00 or if you're a size 28. Roller skating is putting literal weights to your feet, and then you're running basically. Or you're jumping, you're doing all these things. You think it's not gonna hurt? It doesn't matter if you're fat or skinny. It's just gonna hurt because you're waking up your body. So you're gonna have that back pain. You're gonna have soreness. Your arms are gonna be tired from waving back and forth from just striding. So don't worry, don't quit. I know I almost quit when I first started skating because like my thighs were burning so bad. I was putting icy hot patches on them. I was also doing that with my back. And I really thought like, maybe I'm just too fat to like be this active. Like maybe this wasn't meant for me. And imagine if I would have stopped then. You know how amazing my life has become through roller skating? Like roller skating saved my life. It's given me a new career. It's brought me my partner. It's brought me so many friends. It brought me right here talking to you on the screen in front of you. Like I would not be here right now if I would have quit skating because I thought I was too fat from all the pain I was feeling. And I think it was because I had never done a sport before, so I wasn't used to feeling all that like craziness. Like your body's just changing, these muscles are growing, and it hurts. But it hurts so good, and you push through, and then one day you're like, wow, I skated like 6 miles. Like I didn't have to stop. Like I'm feeling stronger. And we're doing it for the strength. We're doing it for the endurance. It's like, I never skated for weight loss. I did it because I wanted to be strong and powerful and have fun. And all those things came true. So I don't want you to start skating and start feeling all these pains and thinking, I just can't do it. Because you know what? You can. You can. Don't let anyone tell you, like, don't let anyone laugh at you for thinking, oh, you're fat and you're gonna try to skate. Don't let anyone try to take you down. Skating is for everybody. Like every single buddy in the world, every body, like fat, small, if you have a disability, like roller skating is here for you, and we embrace you And if you ever have questions and you ever feel like I can't do it because I'm fat, or because I'm fat, blank, 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 whatever, just reach out to me. Put it in the comments of this video. I'll try my best to respond to you because I know it can be hard. I really hope this video helped you feel like you can achieve roller skating and made you realize that these questions you have are valid. And I know sometimes we're embarrassed to ask people for help because we don't want our fatness to be a hindrance for us to do something, or we don't want people to think that we can't because we're fat. And I hope this video helped you. If there's more things you want to know about being a fat skater, also put that below. So if there's anything else you want me to teach you, if there's something you've seen me do on Instagram, you've seen another fat skater do, you saw just like anyone do, and you're like, can Shove do that? Can Shove talk to us about that? Can Shove just like help us out? Let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get the video team, aka our man Bobito, to help me out, and we'll make the magic happen. I just want to help you all as much as I can. If you look below, we will also link an epic little skate reel that I made of skaters of all levels. And it's called #FatSkateLove. And it's a little skate reel of nothing but fat skaters. So if you need to be inspired more, or you just want to be a great ally to us fat skaters, give it a watch. Go be inspired. Go now. Go now that this video is over. Click on it. Go watch it. Until next time. Bye.